I was doing sports management, so I was running operations for different sports leagues across the country at the time. Leverage was initially just it was a grappling tournament that was done in-house at Warriors Cove, started by Jahangir and myself. When I go to the States, I go to the West Coast. I train with Mike Morrell out of the Cave Academy, out of Cave Academy in Pacifica. In terms of MMA, I've had the pleasure of working with the few like I've had Jackie Gallo, I've had Amit Raj, Seth Rosario, Sunny Khatsri, recently Shrikant Shekhar. I was doing sports management, so I was running operations for different sports leagues across the country at the time. So that's what I was doing. But at the same time, I was training on the side. And then once I took over, I was just training all the time. I started in 2012 with Warriors Cove, and I fell in love with it at that point of time almost instantly, and I haven't looked back, man. It was my 10th year, 11th year almost after this of training. Initially, it was a small basement with a handful of athletes. Um, Everybody learning from each other, and it was started by Rajiv Berry and Jahangir Raza. And again, it was a very small place, and slowly, we're opening up our fourth location now very soon. But yeah, it's expanded over the years. So Rajiv Berry was exiting; he was shipping to New Zealand, and he wanted me to take over his half. Um, it was interesting, man, at the time because I would then have to focus not only on my own training but on running the place as well, which takes a toll. But I mean, I took the decision to take over with Jahangir, and I haven't looked back since. I mean, the thing with competition is you win, you lose, medals come and go. It's just that you get to experiment with new techniques and new things you've been working on, and when you get to see that play out and work effectively, that's the exciting bit. When I go to the States, I go to the West Coast. I train with Mike Morrell out of the Cave Academy, out of Cave Academy in Pacifica, which is just outside San Francisco. Um, I used to train at health places also, but now full time with Cave Academy. And Mike comes down here also to do seminars and such and train with us. But Mike is a high level. Uh, he's a third degree black belt under health PhD, and he's a very legit nogi guy as well. I mean, Mayank Kohli is the OG batch. Mayank Kohli was there before I was also. He used to beat me up every day. Um, since then, we've had a roster of athletes coming in and out of the gym. In terms of MMA, I've had the pleasure of working with the few like I've had Jackie Gallo, I've had Amit Raj, Seth Rosario, Sunny Khatsri, recently Shrikant Shekhar, um, Rahul Thapa, again OG gang, um, and there are a lot more that are coming up right now. Um, so if I'm missing a few, forgive me. I mean, I work with the fighters, and that's the important thing here. I work with them, so we devise a game plan together. I try to fix the areas with where they are lacking with my expertise, little that I have. Um, and it's very exciting because some of these athletes and fighters that come in are really high level athletes. So I get to learn a lot from them as well sometimes, most times. Yes, to leverage radio. So Mohit had started training with us in 2013, and during the lockdown, it was his idea really to start the podcast. And Mohit can hold a conversation, so Mohit has been reaching out and he's been doing it ever since, and I've been assisting him in any way I can. But yeah, man, he did a good job with it and seems to be doing well, at least so far. Leverage was initially just it was a grappling tournament that was done in-house at Warriors Cove, started by Jahangir and myself. Mohit took over with me a couple of years ago, and we held one in Delhi in an auditorium, very Eddie Bravo invitational style. Um, and same rule set. And Aman Gusain had won that. It was the minus 66 kilo division, if I'm not wrong. We have some more divisions coming up. We have qualifiers coming up for our next leverage, and we're looking to have a big show at the end of the year. So we had a shot, I think early last year or in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Um, that was our third location, and we've been shut ever since. Now the fourth location is coming up. It should be open well mid next month or early. I'm not sure yet. The work is happening as we speak. But again, it's the fourth location, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. I don't know. If things go well, if people stay motivated, people train enough, things will go well. If they don't, it won't. But fingers crossed, things will go well, and big improvements will be made. I think the future is bright because of the amount of competitions and tournaments that are up and coming. Especially with MMA, I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of promotion that are offering athletes and fighters a stage to hone and show their skills at. So it's very, very exciting and very, very bright in my opinion.